explaining the never before seen Dojutsu of Boruto. What canonical stuff do we know about it? Does it have some connection with the Otsutsuki God? And what purpose could it serve in the story? Today I'm about to explain the Jougan to you guys with all the official information and hints we know about it so far. So subscribe for more similar stuff and let's begin. By the end of this video, you will get a rough idea of what the Jougan actually is and its importance to the plot of the series. The Jougan made its debut in the first chapter of the Boruto manga when the son of Naruto was shown with the Byakugan without wings. People earlier assumed it's the Tansengan that Boruto inherited somehow through Toneri from the last movie. However, when this scene got animated, it was clearly shown as a totally different and never before seen Dojutsu. Many speculations were made about this new eye of Boruto. Some believed it awakened due to the fusion of Hogoromo and Hamura's genes, while some said it's just an advanced form of the Byakugan. It was later revealed from an animator of the show that this Dojutsu was neither a Byakugan nor a Tansengan. It was the Jougan, a brand new plot device that was still under its early development back then. The meaning of this Dojutsu turns out to be Pure Eye, which made some people link it to the Pure Land, the afterlife in the Narutoverse. In the first anime episode, the Jougan was shown to be able to sense negative emotions. Boruto was able to see the dark around people who were suffering from the possession of Nu. Back then we had no idea about how Boruto got his hands on this never before seen Dojutsu. The 8th anime episode gave us some vital information about the Pure Eye that has become one of the greatest foreshadowings for the series. Toneri Otsutsuki, the main highlight of Naruto the last movie, appears in Boruto's dream and says this:
渦巻きボルト、君の瞳はいずれ来たる破滅に対する希望の星だ。
It was pretty much clear that this Dojutsu is gonna help Boruto to go through the ailments of his fate. By taking context from the prologue scene, it was assumed that the darkness Toneri was referring to is the destruction of the timeskip. The Jougan has been prophesied to provide a helping hand to Boruto in tackling the hardships he's gonna face in the future. Later during the fight with the yokai, it was revealed that the Jougan can do more than just seeing the chakra pathway of an individual. Boruto was able to travel through chakra dimensions when he unintentionally lit the Dojutsu in his right eye. So far the Jougan was only seen in the episodes having novel material. Excluding the prologue scene, there was no sign of the Dojutsu in the entirety of the Boruto manga. Some fans even considered the Jougan as an anime-only plot device cause it's missing in the manga. However, with the adaptation of the momoshiki arc, a new aspect of the Pure Eye was revealed. In the manga, Momoshiki had stopped time to convey his message to Boruto, while in the anime, the blue-eyed kid found himself in a chakra realm with his Jougan being active the entire time. Momoshiki also saw Boruto's Jougan, which means he's well aware of its existence. The major center of attention was the prophecy of Momoshiki regarding the blue eyes of Boruto.
心せよ、その青き瞳はいずれ貴様から全てを奪い去る。
This prediction acted as a puzzle piece for fans to solve the Jougan mystery. The blue eyes of Boruto could also refer to him witnessing everything turning to dust in front of his eyes, while the Jougan could help him to overcome the twist of fate, as foretold by Toneri. The Jougan being enlightened during this conversation could also mean it has the power to sense Otsutsuki presence and prowess. It's also assumed that this chakra dimension thing was only possible because of the Jougan in the anime. The reason it was not shown in the manga could be because the Jougan was not planned well by the makers at that time. A good reason to assume this is because the Jougan's information was revealed to us after the 15th anime episode that aired on 12th July 2017, while Momoshiki's Blue Eyes prophecy is showcased in manga chapter 10. That was released 4 months prior to the airing of this episode. So by this we can assume that the Jougan's actual development for the series might have started when the prologue scene was under adaptation, which would be around 4 to 6 months before its release date. This means the writers took almost 6 months to frame the idea of the Jougan being a key factor in Boruto's life, and almost another 4 years to clue it in the manga. Stay tuned to know more. However, the animator who revealed the Jougan's intel to us back in July 2017 also said that this plot device has not been fully planned yet and fans should not create any fuss about it. By the looks of it, it seems like the Jougan is a plot device of Kodachi and not Kishimoto. This could mean since Kishimoto is currently writing the script of Boruto, he could blend the Jougan with his own elements that are not seen yet. Every time the Jougan was shown in the anime boosted the hype of the series, while its manga debut is still pending as of now. We will look into more anime appearances of the Pure Eye later to understand what it's actually capable of. Let's first dive into the 2 mega hints from the manga that are probably the biggest foreshadowing for the Jougan. Kishimoto returned as Boruto's author from chapter 52 onwards, which means all the elements we witnessed in the story after this particular chapter are Kishimoto's original stuff and not Kodachi's. Well, the first biggest hint of the Jougan was shown to us in the form of the Otsutsuki God panel, and the eyes in the background are definitely the same as the the one Boruto is seen within the anime. So almost 4 years after it was shown in the anime, the first official look of the Jougan was revealed in February of 2021. We still don't have enough information to draw a connection between the Otsutsuki God and his impact on Boruto's life. However, what we know for sure is that this eye is gonna protect Boruto, and it has been given to him for his welfare. I feel like by giving Boruto the God Otsutsuki's eye, the writers are thinking of concluding the whole series with a lot of table-turning moments and by providing an answer to every Otsutsuki mystery out there. But if the Jougan is actually the Otsutsuki God's eye, then there is a big question that needs to be answered. Why Boruto? Among all the people out there, why was only he chosen as the wielder of the pure eye? Before saying he is the main character and the plot armor rubbish, keep in mind that there is usually an explanation behind the major events like this one in a story. Well, here is where an older Jougan theory comes into play, and a statement of momoshiki that's exclusive to the anime. But before looking at the OG Jougan theory, let's take a look at the statement of momoshiki, which does not comprise in the manga. Momoshiki in the original work mentions Hinata while talking about Boruto's genetics, but here in the anime, momoshiki directly calls out Boruto's Otsutsuki prowess, saying that he has inherited the powers of his race, yet he is still inexperienced when it comes to handling them. The Otsutsuki power he was referring to could be a direct reference to the Jougan, but among all the characters in the Narutoverse, why was only Boruto born with it? This is where the old Jougan theory comes into play. As we know, Hinata is a descendant of Hamura, while Naruto, being a reincarnation of Ashura, is technically a descendant of Hogoromo. Hence, the child of these two prodigies was born with strong Otsutsuki prowess. An even simpler explanation to why Boruto is the chosen one could be because of the Otsutsuki transformation he attained with the help of momoshiki. Now let's move forward to the part that's way more interesting. To understand the second manga foreshadowing of the Jougan, we must figure out Kishimoto's obsession with technology that he has tried to implement in the series. The introduction of the scientific ninja tools was more than enough for us to conclude the direction in which the series is going. Samurai 8, another work of the Naruto author that didn't perform that well, tried to infuse technology with the traditional samurai system. This also shows how much Kishimoto wants to implement the science fiction stuff in his works. That brings us to Eida and Daemon, the two new cyborgs with mysterious powers and abilities, and an even more mysterious origin. Let's come straight to the point. The Jougan is apparently related to these cyborgs because of the shape of their eyes. Eida's eye, the Senringan, is shaped like a crescent, while Daemon's eye is half moon shaped. The Jougan itself is in the shape of a full moon and is definitely not a coincidence. Another hint drawing connection between the Senringan and the Jougan is the omnipotent ability of Eida to look anywhere around the world in real time and the past. This further proves that the Jougan is somehow linked to a divine creature, and the Senringan could also have some connection with the pure eye. Moving back to the anime appearances of the pure eye, the Jougan later appeared in episode 125, where Urashiki referred to it as a troublesome eye.
それは冗談ですか。厄介な目を持っている。
There is a lot I want to discuss about this sequence, like the ranking of the Jougan in the Otsutsuki world and how Urashiki knows about it. So subscribe for another great video. Also, during the school trip arc, Boruto was able to wield Kagura's sword without any proper genjutsu training. It seems like the Jougan granted him the skills and strength to wield it, which also explains how he is using Sasuke's sword in the time skip. Along with the Jougan, what if I told you the scar is also gonna soon appear on Boruto's right eye? Check out this video for yet another banger theory. Subscribe for more stuff like this, and I will see you next time.